Today I'll be discussing the SSH protocol using OpenSSH on Linux. I'll also be covering a few hardening recommendations for OpenSSH as well. SSH and OpenSSH overview. SSH is a cryptographic network protocol that enables secure remote access and command execution over an unsecure network. This ensures confidentiality and integrity through a strong encryption. OpenSSH is an open source use of the SSH protocol. It gives a list of tools for a more secure communication method, and it was developed by the OpenBSD project and is widely used with Linux. SSH uses a combination of symmetric encryption with asymmetric encryption and hashing algorithms. This allows SSH to establish a secure connection between the client and the server. It uses asymmetric encryption or a public-private key to secure a session key. It uses symmetric encryption to encrypt the actual data being exchanged. It will then use the hashing to ensure data integrity to confirm that no data was altered while being transmitted. OpenSSH can allow administrators to securely log into remote machines, and it also supports many methods like password-based, key-based, or multi-factor authentication. It also supports two major transfer utilities, SCP or Secure Protocol or Secure Copy Protocol, or SFTP, SSH File Transfer Protocol. SCP basically enables a secure transfer of files between hosts using SSH. SFTP is a more flexible protocol that supports file management like changing permissions, listing directories, and many other things. This can be used as an alternative to the normal FTP protocol. OpenSSH also allows for port forwarding with local and remote. Management of these systems are crucial because it will provide a more secure and scalable environment. All of these features, when they are brought together, allow for a versatile tool for all network services. To ensure a proper setup, you want to make sure OpenSSH is installed using the sudo apt install OpenSSH-client or sudo apt install OpenSSH-server. Using these commands will help you install OpenSSH. Once installed, you will need to edit the configuration file etc-sshd_config, and this will allow you to strengthen security by disabling the root login. This will also change the default port and allow you to enable key-based authentication. Once the configuration is complete, you'll want to restart the SSH service to ensure that all changes have been applied, and you will want to keep an SSH session active when you restart so you don't accidentally lock yourself out. After all the configuration is done, you will want to continually test the configuration from the client machine. This will help allow to make sure that everything was set up properly and also confirm the changes that were made. You will need to continue to monitor the SSH logs for any problems that may arise or any unwanted access. To completely harden your OpenSSH, you should start by changing the default port from port 22 to a less common port. This will help avoid any automated attacks. You can also disable password authentication and only use a SSH key-based authentication system. You can also disable root login to prevent attacks from gaining direct access to a root account, and this is extremely critical with any Linux system. Using two-factor authentication will help protect your environment as well. This will require a secondary method of authentication like a code from a mobile app. Fail2ban is also another great tool to implement because it can prevent brute force attacks because it can block IP addresses for too many attempted logins. Lastly, you can restrict SSH access by IP address, only allowing trusted networks and IPs to connect to your server. Securing your SSH service using OpenSSH on Linux is incredibly important and is an industry standard. Having things like key-based authentication, fail2ban, and disabling the root login, as well as having multi-factor authentication will help keep a secure environment. Regular testing and log monitoring are also critical for maintaining and securing the service as well. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and you got something out of it. Thank you. These are the references I used for this slide.